Hey guys, and welcome to my brand new episode of my Road to Max series. Now this is, I believe, episode 19, and in the previous episode we did the ultimate sin and accidentally trimmed our divination cape by getting 99 agility. So in this episode we're going to do some more progress on skills, power through some more 90s, and just see what we decide to do in terms of what kind of skills, or basically just do whatever takes our fancy. So as you can see by my invert, I had a couple of lamps and I also had some celebration lamps. Now, because of how low my combats, summoning, slayer and prayer are, anytime I get celebration lamps, they will always give me sort of like base levels as well. And as you can see, I'm just going through all the levels I got. Got a few quest requirements as well, which will be nice for when we decide to do quests. And also got a couple of early summoning levels, so that shouldn't be too painful when I finally decide to go and do some summoning, which will be no doubt in the very near future when we decide to do the massive combat grind. Now, if you didn't know, I'm currently running a poll on this channel. It's in my community tab where I'm deciding what to do on my 1000 sort of subscriber celebration stream. One of the options is actually to do a 99 Slayer stream on this account, going for 99 Slayer in one stream. Now, if you want to have a look, or if you're interested to see what to vote on, just go onto my channel and then onto the community tab as well to see my polls. I know I have been saying it in a lot of videos lately, but I would really like to thank you guys for all the subs, likes and comments on all the videos lately. It really does help me grow quicker on this channel, and it's just a nice way to I just want to say thank you to you guys. So anyway, back to this video. So Road to Max 19. So the Yak Track is coming towards an end. I have quite a lot of Yak coins as well. Here I'm just going over all the cosmetics and then finally deciding what I'm going to spend. This Yak Track was pretty much an archaeology AFK scape, and we actually got quite a few decent items. They loaded this Yak Track up with a lot of crates, dummies, proteins, a lot of very good items for me to take this account forward, and it's always worth doing as well, because it's just something I'm going to progressively do. So always a big fan of Yak Tracks. Could I do with a nice big break for one? Absolutely, because I think too many back-to-back will it's sort of like burn out when you're always having to do things for the Yak Track. Although I was a very big fan of all the changes they've done for this Yak Track as well. The Yak coins was a nice addition. It made it a bit more flexible on what cosmetics you wanted, and if you've missed any cosmetics from previous Yak Tracks and you want to get them, you can go about and make sure you can pick them up just so you've got them. But back to the skilling world. So we still have plenty of our supplies left, which we bought a couple of episodes ago. It's time to turn that back into actual GP. So as you see there, that is 93 Herblore. With the brews I've got, I'd like to think I could touch 96, but I think we're going to end more sort of mid 95. Depends how we do in terms of saving potions and the boosts with the pull scores. But yeah, 93 Herblore, all for profit, very nice indeed. So back to our favourite world, 94 Herblore, that is super prayer potions, prayer renewals as well. 94 is decent because when you get the boost from the well, you can pretty much do overloads. I'll pretty much be able to do overloads quite easily if I ever needed to, and if I needed to boost. I think I've got to get some eventually and buy them, but they are very cheap. Roughly they're about 55 to 60k depending on when you buy them for, and for the usefulness, especially for the combat side, they are such a massive upgrade. It will definitely benefit this account as well. But yeah, 94 Herblore, all for profit. The brews are quite decent XP. I think when I was paying attention, I was averaging just under like 300, 350 per hour, which is not too bad at all. So we've just done a quick promotional video because the promo limit is quite OP. So I just used some of my oddments to get an extra 10 spins, and I've got plenty of lamps. So I'm going to whack this onto DG, and this should be quite a big level. That is 85 Dungeoneering, which has got a few things really. It's a new floor, so we're going further into the cults. And we can actually kill ice frost dragons. So frost dragons are quite massive really, because it's two things. One, if I want to, it's my own form prayer XP, but also it's very, very good money. And this account, in terms of a PVM sort of basic to go and do, frost dragons are going to be a pretty massive way to make some money quite quick if I need it. There's plenty of ways to do it, and I need to train my stats up, but that's pretty good to have in the bank just in case I ever did need to go and make some quick money. I think frost dragons have always been a couple mil an hour, but now with the price of frost bones and how quick you can kill them with this form of combat system, I imagine it'd be even more than what it was before, so that is pretty big. In terms of lamps at the minute, all is going on to put on thieving. Luckily at the minute, because everything's sort of balanced out a lot with the skills at the minute, I can just sort of put the lamps and stars between everything and just sort of even it all out. The Yak Track really did me a solid favour by making me train things like cooking, fire making,
thieving, and all the other stuff as well. So the next one sort of pick up will definitely be fletching, and then the combats and farming will pick up really quick with some other stuff as well.
So just finishing off that, I actually got an extra spin from doing, I don't know, I was doing something and I got an extra spin. So just finishing off these last lamps now, and I'm going to get to another level. That will be runecrafting level 83. So 83 runecrafting is not too bad. Obviously we're working our way towards it. Again, promos like this, you just have to sort of, you do it. As you can see there, I've got 3 gigantic lamps, the purple reward, especially when you get in this promo. This loot rooms promo was so OP because you got so much extra value, and especially with oddments, which you're very limited on what you can use them for as well, was definitely worth it. We got some very quick, easy levels on the account, which means I can save like my supplies of proteins or my time for something else which is going to take a little bit longer. I think runecrafting will definitely be done with protein essences. After doing 120 with protein essences on a soul altar on a bonus XP weekend, I think that's the only way I'm ever going to go as well. But for the time being, we are swapping up our focus on what we're going to level as well. Fletching is a skill which I think is going to make a lot of money on this account, and it's something which will be very quick to train but also bring in a lot of profit. What I've got in mind is fletching onyx bolts, and if I get the level and if it works, maybe ascendery bolts as well. It works out roughly to be something like 6 mil to 7 mil an hour and actually decent fletching XP. And if I really wanted to as well, further down the line, if I've got the magic level, I could also enchant them as well for decent mage XP as well. So I think that's what we're going to start boosting for fletching, only when we get like random lamps and stuff through quests and other things we do. But yeah, so that's the plan for now. Dungeoneering and Runecrafter are a place where they're actually pretty decent, they're a decent level. I want to start working on other stuff which are a bit lower level and bring them up to where I need to be. So, a little bit random, but I have just gotten Herbert, the Herblore pet. Didn't believe it. It's actually quite rare. It took me like way past sort of 120 mil XP on the main account. So to get it before even 99 is very nice. It always reminds me of like Bulbasaur from Pokemon. So it's actually quite a cool pet, and we're soldiering through on the Herb grind now. Not too far off 95.
So that's 95 Herblore. Just been doing the rest of my Star Brews, so I've only got 300 more to make to finish in the 20k I bought. And I've pretty much got the best part of 6 levels just from doing the brews, and not only that as well, because of the price of Toadflax at the minute, they've actually gone through the roof. Brews at the minute I'm able to sell on the G for 5.2 as a slow sell. At the minute they're sort of roughly about 4.8k as well. So I think making the 20k brews, I'll make about 25 to 30 mil, which training Herblore you can't moan at all. I'll be a little bit off 96 Herblore for overloads, but if I was to do it on a portable world, I'll get the boost from some cores. But in terms of the 95 to 99, what I'd probably look to do is probably brews again before starting to buy some overload sets, ready for combat. But the fact we've got 96 Herblore, which used to be a massive grind point and a big target goal for pretty much profit, is quite mad. But I think now, once these brews are finished, I'm going to do all the royalty hides I've got in my bank as well. So I've got just over 26k, and then after that, I'll finally be changed all into cash. And then I can start looking at doing the quests and starting to move into combat. So I've got that to look forward to. I'm going to finish these brews and then throw them into VGE.
So I've used all my oddments again. I've used them on the loot room promo because it's just too good to turn down while I've got oddments as well. Plenty of lamps in the invo, so I'm going to throw them all onto fletching. And we've just jumped 8 levels to 66 fletching. Now, the good thing about the bolts, and especially the onyx bolts, they're not that high of a level. The profit they bring, you would have thought they'd be way into like the 90s or 80s. No, you need somewhere in the 70s just to be able to fletch them. And magic, I think you need 87 or 88 to enchant them. So we're very close to being able to have one of the best fletching moneymakers in the game. Just through very little effort, really. But this is where the loot promo really shined. So basically you got to pick 8 chests. After that, the 8 chests go into this special room. And then you get to pick 4 of the best ones for some extra basically bonus XP. Because we had such a huge stack of oddments as well, I thought I'm not going to use them for anything else. May as well get us some quick early levels. It'll extend and push for some higher levels as well. Here, it basically gets us the majority of the way for fletching. Pretty much saved me a couple of hours of having to train it. Not that that's tedious, and obviously that's the point of the game, but while it was such a good promo and such a beneficial promo, I decided to use it as well. But in terms of this episode, we are pretty much at the end. We've done quite a lot. We've got a lot of Herblore levels. We've got the Herblore pet. Herbert is now one of our pets. We've put in some offers for Sorrow Bruce to sell, which have sold over time. and also sold at quite a big profit. Don't get me wrong, if I held on for another week or two, bonus XP was announced. This was the one around Feb, and brews actually spiked higher than what I thought. I've pretty much got out to about 6.5k, and I think they went onwards to about 7, maybe pushed 8k as well. So I did lose a little bit of profit, but compared to what I bought the brews for, I made so much money, and I've basically got pretty much on the edge of 96 Herblore just for free. And, well, free and profit as well, which is what you should always do when trading Herblore. But that is this road to max ended. Hope you guys have enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next episode very, very soon on this channel.